It's always been one of my challenges to go out and film the Gulf of the Corryvreckan, which is the third largest whirlpool in the world here off the coast of the west coast of Scotland. And today we finally got the chance, and so my mate Mike and I are flying out here. I'm flying my FX61 and he's following me with his Penguin, and I have a range usually of a sort of safe distance range anyway, before video starts to break up, usually of about 7 to 8 kilometers and sometimes more, and I'm carrying about 7,000 milliamps of 3S power, so I can usually fly for a best part of about 30 minutes with no problems at all. And Mike, however, is carrying about a 10,000 milliamp battery 4S on his Penguin, so he doesn't usually have any problems. Plus he's flying with UHF and 1.2 video, so he could probably go there and beyond by another 20 miles if he wanted to on most occasions. But anyway, this has always been on my bucket list, and we took off from a position a bit nearer, so it's about 4 to 5 miles out here, and I've sped it up somewhat because it's straight out. You can see now all the weird tidal effects you get here. Unfortunately, we're not here at the right state of tide to get the best effects of the whirlpools, but you can see, looking at the water, how affected it is by the tide. There's a vast volume of water that comes up this side of the islands and then pushes through this gap between the island of Scarborough on the right and Jura on the left, forcing its way out into the open Atlantic. So we're heading in through here, and the aim is to get to Pig Bay, which is a bay on the left hand side. Here we're looking over at the right hand side onto Scarborough. It's uninhabited and it's got loads of deer on it, whereas Jura here on the left is a lot longer, and down the southern end there's some small communities and some good distilleries as well. And here we can just see Pig Bay emerging on the left, and straight out there next stop is America. Don't think I could probably reach there yet. At this stage Mike's telling me that his GPS has stopped giving him any readings, no speed, no direction or anything, and also it's telling him that his battery power, he's got on his FY41 flight controller info on his screen, it's telling him it's flashing low battery power and telling him he's down to about 13 volts out of his 4S pack. So he's starting to panic, thinking, did he actually charge his 10,000 milliamp battery the last time he used it? Although we are both fairly sure that it's a misreading, but nonetheless he's decided to be sensible and he's heading back now. So, oh, here we are. There on the right hand side you can see the whirlpools just beginning. That white broken water down by the right hand landmass there, that's where there's a pinnacle that comes up within about 26 meters of the surface from a depth of about 200. So the tide rises up over that pinnacle, and even on a calm day you can get some big standing waves. So this is Pig Bay. I brought my son here for his 18th birthday party years ago. Dumped him here with my rib, him and his mates, and they camped here on the sandy beaches. Got the guitars out, had a bloody good time, and then the following day when I came to fetch him, we had a small window of opportunity between the tides. I just loaded them up on the boat, and we heard all these shouts, and about a dozen young girl guys descended down the hillside here towards them. They'd obviously walked over the hills from somewhere, and they were gutted that they had to go at that point, but they had no choice. So that's sod's law, isn't it? Anyway, I've turned here. You can see the tides flowing out through here. Back to 4 times speed, and we'll head back, follow Mike just in case he does have any problems, although I don't actually ever see him. So this flight I'm making is with 2.4 gig on my radio transmitter, free Sky, and the only glitch I had was when I was fiddling around with the diversity receiver during the flight, and I walked around in front of it and knocked it into return to home momentarily, but anyway, it's only a short period of time. So now we've come back to the mainland, to the peninsula from where we started, and we've got to try and land, and we've got limited landing space, so circling to, there we are, that's where we were, that gap at the top left there. So circling round under no power to lose some height and some speed, and also it's given me a chance to walk from where we were stood flying back to where we've got to land. So we reckon we can land alongside the road here, just before that car park, just at the lower part of the screen there. Don't particularly want to land on the road, scuff all the bottom of the plane up, so we reckon we can land in the rushes along the side of the road. Not too much of a problem. So this is the first time we've flown from this venue, so it'll be interesting to see what happens, and also since it's not far from home, it will be another good place to come on a regular basis, I think, as long as the wind's in the west. So when we fly out to sea, we have the wind behind us to come home, then we're all right, I think. One more circle. Get a bit lower, and approach, missing the rocky bits.